We're gonna watch TikToks, guys. My liked TikToks, my collection. We're gonna open that up. Obviously, we have to say hi to Sniper Wolf, who doesn't want to show up regularly anymore. And that fucking sucks, man, because Jack's films suck way worse than most, I mean, below average, let's put it that way. Holy shit. For going into drama, I mean...
Hello, friends, it's me, and today we're gonna be...
Today should not show up for like 6 days, bro. This year she haven't showed up. Can you imagine, bro? What happened? Also, I've been working on this. There's a lot of noise. I'm exhausted. I just want to do a chill video, you know. Check out some of those TikToks, man. TikToks. Was this deleted? I guess not. Something happened. I skipped that one. Anyways. Here's the definition of charging. Also, wherever we're gonna go, like, it's a new year. It's the year of the purge, I call it. But purge is happening more in my life because of the noise. Now I have to, like, actually think about the neighbors and how I have to deal with them, and that their children is, like, destroying their reputation by being too noisy. And it's mostly children that they cannot control. It's just a very interesting domino effect of, like, one thing after the other piles up, basically, against people who don't know how to control things, don't know how to own things properly. And that fucking sucks for them. But that's the year of the purge. If you don't own something properly and you can't defend it, it's probably not yours anymore. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, so all that's gonna happen is a battery change. And it's lovely, actually. It's a lovely idea in general to be doing this. This is a more superior way to charge your phone, technically, when you're charging the battery exclusively. Why are we not doing this, by the way? What the fuck is wrong with us right now? We actually allowed this to be sealed. My tablet cannot open. Cannot spit out a battery for me. It's so disgusting, right? And I want to have, like, multiple batteries potentially for just, you know, survival purposes. I want to use my tablet for longer or something. It's just so inconvenient when I think about it, and it just kind of blew my mind.
Well.
And there's a lot of fucking weird music that's copyrighted on TikTok. It's automated, but I need this to be slower. Yeah, so basically Africa doesn't change. And for me, it's like a very, very weird place where the demons get spawned. You know, like, it's literally that. And then it kind of ruins the reputation of black people. But, you know, I look at them and it's like, well, that's a demon, dude. There's nothing I can say to actually overcome this definition. Just some of them are better than the others. Like, because they're human beings, they have free will. That's it. It's pretty fucking crazy, man. So they're just literally stuck, I guess. I like this. Or at least that's the feeling expressed.
Bars, but the creator never intended for that to happen. In 2005, a college graduate made a website called...
Yeah, so someone makes a website, rent a hitman, people sign up for it, they give their addresses, and all of a sudden you can catch a lot of criminals that way, just by baiting them. It's pretty cool stuff.
Rent a hitman, wanting to sell his services.
You can probably bait a lot of people of a lot of kinds, and that should be the job of the police, actually. More baiting and less catching the criminals, because criminals don't just spawn out of nowhere, they have intentions. They're lurking around to, you know, see what they can get away with. So you can catch that sort of shit with bait. I'm not sure why it's not happening right now.
to optimize web traffic, but didn't get any interest for that. Instead, he found 300 messages in his inbox requesting the service of a literal hitman. Some were jokes, but others led to very easy arrests because the people looking to hire a hitman filled out a form giving all of their personal information away. Because of that, the creator of the site did a rebrand as a fake contract killing agency to catch more people. He still filled the site with clues indicating the website was far from legitimate, including testimonials from satisfied customers. He also disclosed absurd statements like Rent a Hitman is no longer affiliated with the Detroit Lions, the Illuminati, Donald Trump, Kyle Rittenhouse, or...
Yeah, it turns into a joke eventually.
Why do people call social media apps the public square when they're privately owned? When they're not nationalized? Where'd that come from?
It is pretty weird that Google just owns the platform. And then Elon Musk now just kind of owns the platform. But Elon Musk was step in the right direction where he kind of like cuts into pieces the authorities of Twitter, but at the same time he just kind of like a little bit of a supervillain himself and a scam artist himself. He has to own something even more powerful than just Tesla and fucking rockets, something more that would boost his reputation. So that's the Elon side, but like Google owns a bunch of shit. And well, we don't own it. We don't know if it's gonna be updated. We can't like organize it, manipulate properly, and make it cheaper for everyone. That's not a government, you know. That's corporation, and fucking sucks, man. Government is somewhat created by people, and government does not own these platforms yet. Probably gonna change. I'm not sure.
You're not in a public square. You're in a corporate landscape park. You can't skate there. That's not a public square. You know what I mean? There's no energy of the public. There's no energy of...
Yeah, we don't get to decide anything besides what we do, personally.
A common good being supported by the collective that doesn't have to run at a profit in order to justify its existence in a community. That's what a public square is. A public square can and should run at a loss as it needs to.
That's a little bit weird statement. It doesn't have to. It can do things efficiently and cheaply, I think. Let me double check the whole TikTok because it's actually too...
Look at what happened.
Why do weather emergencies?
Well, there's always a question of how do you do that. I'm not sure I have the answer yet because my brain is not working. But like it simply is a free platform that someone just gives away, like the source code pretty much. So we trust the person to not own anything while he's building it. He can get money from that, good work. He can get no donations, but he doesn't like own shit, right? In that sense. But how do you do that? I don't know, bro. It's like you build a public square, you don't actually own it, but you get maybe some kind of a passive income for doing the most important thing to society. I don't know, bro.
And here's Elon probably about to say some wild shit about Jewish people or trans people so that he can have all of the internet's attention on him, because there's just a hole there. And no matter how much light you pour in, it just seems to stay dark inside of his heart.
What? It did turn into like Elon Rand's fucking mad. The user is correct. This is a bug that happens, you know. How do you connect these together, right? It sometimes is pretty difficult for software to figure out, so they just do some wacky shit. I don't know. Just wrapping around something is weird. Even though I research flat Earth and I'm interested in this stuff, this is just, you know, a fluke, unfortunately.
Really simple. All you need to do is place a bolt on the rails and push a minecart onto it.
I watched the whole parts of fastest ways to travel in Minecraft. Even though I don't care, and none of this matters anymore. Minecraft is no longer fun. But I mean, this one thing just dragged me into Minecraft a little bit. Is there some wacky shit you can do? Obviously. There's so much stuff you can build. Whatever. And so he does the speeds. It's pretty cool. It gets to pretty extreme levels. Like 500, 5,000 blocks per... I don't know.
Wait.
Now, what he's doing is not going to be obvious until these things start spitting at each other. And then it's pretty obvious. Is that how school shootings work, bro? Butterfly effect. Fucking butter spit. I don't know, man. It is something.
Dude, I'm so hyped for Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Not the first person to say that this is parallel to Super Saiyans, the Dragon Ball stuff, but even that shadow catching this... What? The fuck? Confusing, man.
That was gonna be so cool.
I don't know, man. It's just a kid-friendly Dragon Ball Z.
What? No, it isn't. What are you talking about?
Listen, dude. There's 7 Dragon Balls, and there's 7 Chaos Emeralds.
Piccolo and Knuckles both come from tribe-like civilizations, and they were rivals of Goku and Sonic for a short time before they became friends.
Okay, so that doesn't prove anything.
Krillin and Tails are both weak sidekicks to Goku and Sonic. Also, Dr. Gero and Dr. Robotnik have very similar character designs and motives.
Okay, man, I get it. You can stop now.
Vegeta is Goku's dark rival, who is also a Saiyan, and Shadow is Sonic's dark rival, who is also a Hedgehog. Both Goku and Vegeta can power up and go Super Saiyan, just like Sonic and Shadow, who can power up and go Super Sonic and Super Shadow.
Dude, please stop!
Just like future Trunks warning Goku, Silver the Hedgehog goes back in time to warn Sonic the Hedgehog of an impending doom in the future.
Dude!
Yeah, definitely Sonic took a lot of inspirations. This is a very important video for everyone. And yes, they're way more clean now.
Why would they breed a dog that cannot see?
Huh? Yeah, believe it or not, guys, what you're looking at in this photo right here is this dog's face. Quite a few of you guys tagged me in this TikTok video right here, and I'm gonna be honest, the first time I watched this, I actually thought this was the rear end of the dog, and these right here were the ears, but I was completely wrong. You can see a little bit more clearly now that right here are the 2 ears, and you can see a bunch of loose and wrinkled skin. This right here is a dog known as a Shar-Pei, and it was first bred in China. Now, a lot of people in the comments were saying that this was a poorly bred Shar-Pei and that they felt bad for the dog, but the thing is, this right here is a puppy, and this is completely normal. Shar-Pei was originally bred to be a guard dog as well as a hunter, and this is because they're relatively large. They have around a 2-foot stature and can weigh between 45 to 60 pounds. These Shar-Pei will typically start out with less wrinkles, and as they grow older, the wrinkles will only stay around the facial region and vanish from the rest of the body. Wrinkled skin does not really give any benefit to the Shar-Pei, however, it doesn't affect or impact its ability to hunt or guard you. If you want an extremely unique looking dog though, this is definitely one that you can choose.
Honestly, I don't even know why I liked it. It just kind of took me by surprise of like, wait, yeah, it does feel like a poorly bred dog. Oh, just a puppy? Okay, cool.
Heinz ketchup at $3.39.
Here the fucking kid gets humiliated. He likes certain type of brands and the dad mixes shit up and bam, he gets fooled.
Aldi ketchup and repeating the test. What's your ranking?
So not only we have to catch criminals, but fool these little shits.
Heinz is definitely number one, Tesco number two, and Aldi is definitely the worst.
I'm afraid I played a trick on you. These are all Aldi ketchups. Inside of that Heinz bottle is actually Aldi ketchup. I'm being completely serious. It seems our brand loyalty could be...
Didn't even notice, man.
Some people still don't understand that a Tesla can go anywhere that a gas car can go. So today, I'm going to show you everywhere that
Well, not every time you get an electric vehicle, I don't know, advertisement. I'll take it, man.
my Tesla can go and how long it's going to take to get there. So currently, I am in New York. So let's pick somewhere really far away, kind of like San Francisco. So you just go to the maps and type in San Francisco, click right there.
Yes, you can travel all of those locations. Isn't that crazy?
It was $1.06.
And it costs cheaper, especially if there's some kind of gas problems. Big gas prices. Technically, it's cool, but then the question is, charging time? I don't know. It's a weird one. Stopping every 2 hours. I would have taken 2 days with Tesla. Yeah, like, charging does take time, unfortunately.
Anybody else?
But it's a fun debate, like, what's better, right?
I think one of the worst things we did as a society was allowed 401ks to replace pensions. Think about it for a second. They managed to tie the average working person's retirement to the portfolio of rich-ass shareholders. Think about how terrible that is from an outset. Now it's like, if rich people start losing money because they made bad investments with your retirement money, then you...
But it's more like a hive mind, right? Like, some people play with money, so they sort of deserve to have money because it's a safe spot. Obviously, government should probably be able to backtrack if something goes wrong. I don't know. It's a very weird one, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea anymore.
Like a think you're doubling it to the next person.
I'm doubling it for the next person because I'm tired of that ticket. Him? Oh, hell yeah! Give it to him.
Since you're so kind, here's 9 parking tickets. One of them is a felony citation.
I love this shit. I like this because you can actually do some pretty cool stuff with homeless people that doesn't involve just giving them money and stuff.
Holy shit! Now I gotta go to jail for this stupid shit.
Here's $100.
There you go. Thank you, sir. Man, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Like a parking ticket, double.
I love that shit, man. I want to stretch the limits on this acting career, bro.
Both of these fighters fragile, really any...
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. It's 3 minutes long. It's bottles smashing into each other. And I like the concept to some extent. Because it's like now a serious event. There's a lot of like this Marvel thing, caps flowing down the river, racing basically. Like it's a weird one. I understand. It's a form of entertainment because you never know what's going to happen. It's completely random.
Oh, Charles took out Frosty.
Wow, yep, we've got Fat Frank up against Chase the Chalice. These are both really fragile fighters. We've already got a little chip there, but the ref's going to need to see a lot more damage in order to call this fight.
Jack, I agree. Both of these fighters fragile. Really, anything can happen in this fight.
Oh my God! Look at that. He is just shattered all over the octagon, and we're moving on now.
Insane. Jack, we've got Milkman, and we've got Janice now. Both huge swings.
Both eliminated.
Jack, on the replay, that's a double knockout.
You know what that means. Daddy Longneck is going to, by default, move to the finals, but first we've got another set.
It's so weird.
Mr. Beast is now at the point in his career where he just does not give a fuck about anything. He says, I uploaded, go watch or I'll drop kick you. This is normal. He threatens violence for engagement. But someone said upload on this platform too.
Yeah, it doesn't have the best approach in enticing people to actually click on the video. Subscriber, I will delete your Minecraft account, guys.
Elon even jumped in saying, yeah, Mr. Beast replied saying, my videos cost millions to make, and even if they got 1 billion views on X, it wouldn't fund a fraction of it. I'm down, though, to test stuff once monetization is really cranking. He literally said, you can't afford me, little bro, to one of the richest man in the world. You know, Mr. Beast likes Tesla a lot. You can tell, he uses Tesla a lot in his videos. So you'd think that Elon, seeing that, free publicity, by the way, free. Okay, there's no contractual agreement between Tesla and Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast just likes the car, so he gives the car away. And yet he doesn't seem to see the value in that. Like, hey, just upload a video here. I'll change your RPM to a slightly higher than the rest of the creators just to drive your followers and engagement to my platform. That makes sense in my mind, right? And again, he puts a Tesla in almost every single video. But Elon's genius response was just, yeah. Like, he's willing to work with Elon, but Elon just, sure. I'm sure.
You just don't know what's going on with fucking Elon. It's such a random dude.
This is what $1 million.
At the same time, I did like the idea of, like,
Mr. Beast.
There's something about Mr. Beast just, like, a little bit sketchy, especially on social media. Holy shit. The greed is a little bit in there. You know, well, I need to monetize. And then you just kind of like uncover the whole idea of just like, well, the only thing that helps him make videos is money. He knows how to fucking use money efficiently or effectively in order to make people do things that are spectacular and whatnot. And that's it. That's where just the story ends pretty much. Besides him going to fucking mental asylum for fun. I mean, cool. In solitude. Solitary let's just call it solitude, though. It's cool.
This is what $1 million salary looks like after taxes in Russia. Gross annual income, $1 million. Income tax, $148,800.
You will be surprised, and technically, that's where the video ends. Normally, the taxes are like 50%. What? It's hard to tell, but I always look at Russia as like this commercial place. But because people have too much freedom, they turn into savages and uncontrollable type of people. Well,
$100. Social and pension contribution, $21,147. Net income, $829,900.
So this one shows 18%. It is kind of weird though, but why wouldn't you have like water storage of all kinds, right? But it's kind of cool. It's kind of a little cool craft. Like you would just put it in the bucket, and all the water you can get, fucking store it somewhere. Make another one of these going down from a wall or something. I guess that's cool. I'm not sure why this is needed. Going up and stuff. Yeah, seems completely unnecessary. Didn't remove label the first time it showed the video. Yeah, it's cool. And that's, I mean, you definitely want some storage. It's pretty cool stuff. But it didn't fucking remove the label when there was Coke. Probably shouldn't even show it. TikTok glitched.
Whenever I tell people that all the good shows that we grew up with are getting absolutely bitchified, they always tell me that no, you're just getting older.
I was thinking about Naruto, but it shows a lot more examples.
So they just look immature to you. Like, no, they're getting bitchified. No amount of gaslighting is going to change my mind. And let me prove it to you. This is the Bakugan that I grew up with. The characters were like teenagers, and they actually looked like teenagers. They were cool, and you wanted to be like them. This is the Bakugan of today. What do you mean it hasn't been bitchified? Let's take Teen Titans. This is the Teen Titans that I grew up with. This is the Teen Titans that I recognize. This is the Teen Titans of today.
It fucking hurts me, man, mentally.
Do you want me to keep going? I can keep going. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! That I grew up with, where the characters like Atem, Seto, Marik actually work.
Atem? What?
Cool. This is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Of today. This is the Ben 10 that I grew up with. All cool, powerful, and badass. Need I say more? Do I seriously need to say more? So I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why this is a thing. But stop trying to tell me that I'm just getting older. That's why it looks bitchified to me. No, this is actually a thing that is actually happening. It's not just in my head.
Yeah, it looks pretty fucking annoying.
Here's my favorite lesson of 2023. The cure is in the disease. What does that mean? Here's just a very practical example. A wood-burning stove has soot on the window. It's very, very hard to get off. You can rub it, you can scrub it. I've tried Windex, I've tried different chemicals. I've asked around, somebody said you can get a wax. All these outside sources to get soot off of the window. You know what works magic? Ash. Literal just ash from the fireplace. Dip it in some water, put on a paper towel, and it melts right off, like magic. And there are countless examples of this all throughout nature. The antidote for a snake bite is in snake venom. And it just makes me think, how many of our problems are we looking to solve with outside sources? Outside medicines, outside help, when really if we just looked directly into the problem, we would actually find the solution, the cure. Obviously, sometimes, outside medicine, outside help is necessary, but what else in life can...
It's a very, very complicated view. I don't know, bro. It just says like, well, if there's a problem, the solution is very nearby. It's kind of weird.
Can we solve by looking directly into the heart of the problem and looking for clues there? May 2024 be full of solutions and cures, and I wish you all the very best.
This is fucking scary, bro. Asians are scary sometimes. Jesus Christ, man. We're not safe anywhere, bro.
Screwed onto the bottle. There we go. Now let's see how it works.
I'll start by putting a test tube on top of that straw.
This is the best showcase of Siphon. Siphon is just something that floats around TikTok right now. Is like this cool thing. You have this cup. Archimedes, some bullshit philosopher created a cup that is like, well, if you pour too much wine, then everything is going to be drains. Even PewDiePie probably talked about it. Some fucking weird shit. But you get to see it very clearly.
There it goes.
He's draining, guys.
Now I have one more example of a bell siphon, and this one makes it easy to see how it works. This one I made with red and white clay, a plastic tube, all sandwiched between 2 sheets of plastic. I used 6 binder clips to hold it together. It's important that there's a gap at the bottom and also a small gap at the top. The opening is about 3/4 of an inch wide, and here's the drain tube coming out the bottom.
And once it reaches a certain height, everything drains. It even changes the color of the liquid.
How high? If you want to try siphons for yourself, here's some possible investigations. How high?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
A shop owner called me and said that he made a mistake with his set of LED signs, but I told him it's an adjustable track lighting list, making it easy to use and install.
I hate the vibe, but the idea is pretty fucking legit. I don't know. Buy letters and plug it in. And shift them around. I guess. By the way, not a very liked video. I mean, some YouTubers would use it. These could be smaller, though. Well, you can fit a 4-letter word in here.
The smallest bill in the world looks like this. Actually, it's not a bill, but it's not a coin either. It's something in between, and it only exists in Pridniestrovie. Pridniestrovie introduced this innovative kind of money to solve the problems.
Doesn't fucking explain it. It's in Moldova.
Of bills and coins, but it didn't work. Here's why. You see, bills over time break. Coins don't break, but they are annoying to carry. But these are thin, lightweight.
That's pretty cute. I mean, I would like that. But apparently, it's not many people would like. Why?
And you cannot break them. Each one has a unique shape and color, so that visually impaired people can use them as well. But although they are a great
That's so amazing.
invention, after only 8 years of its release, they are now being taken out of circulation. And the reason is very simple. Old people.
What is so simple about it, by the way? Old people refuse to use them.
Refuse to use them because they just don't like them. What do you
They just don't. What the? How is it simple? Jesus fucking Christ, man. This is amazing. It looks cool. I want to have money like that. Holy shit, man. I want to at least have the option. That would be cool. Just put it in circulation. That's it. There's so much you can do with stuff like this. Jesus. Fucking Moldova taking over the world.
Miles to kilometers. I did not know this. Let's check this out. This is the Fibonacci sequence. You get it by starting with a 0 and 1, and then the next one you get by adding the previous 2. So 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, and so on. Well, let's Google miles to kilometers conversion. So I'm going to plug 3 into the miles, and it gives me 4.82. That rounds to 5. That's interesting. Let's try plugging in 5 to the miles, and that's even closer to 8, and there's an 8 right there. This is fun. Let's plug 8 into the miles. We get 12.87, which does round to 13. Okay, what happens if we plug 13 in for the miles? It's 20.92, and that does round to 21. I'm going to see if this keeps working. I'll plug in 21, and that's 33.79, which does...
It's cool. It's a little bit impractical, I would say. Looking at Fibonacci sequence. Yay, I am... But it gives you a cool idea of the difference between miles and kilometers. Kind of very interesting. Okay, let's continue. I had a break.
My 16-year-old daughter brought me home this coffee mug that she made in ceramics class. Initial thought was, well, at least I don't have to worry about her being an art major. And I know that that's messed up. And what I was doing was I was taking what I thought were the rules or the principles of, you know, what was good based on, you know, art and the world, you know, the outside world. But the more I got to using this mug with the moon cycle here, they're like little thumb grips. And the way the handle isn't perfect, but it fits my two fingers perfectly like this. And this little part where the mug kind of folded, if you will, is the perfect little spout that I drink from now. And I'll bet many of you are living a life right now that looks a lot like this mug. Meaning that...
Yeah, meaning that it's not spectacular, but you can make use of it. It's meaningful to you over time. And again, you can't impress people with it, but you can tell a story, and now everything is flipped. They just have to be patient enough to fucking listen.
Have you ever been listening to a playlist on shuffle and thought to yourself, oh, I really hope that this song comes on next? And then the next song comes on and it was exactly the one that you were hoping for? Well, maybe it wasn't a coincidence after all, because in 1995, a team of French scientists created a robot with one specific task: to move around a room completely randomly. Then they took a bunch of baby chicks and placed them inside of the room with the robot. And the thing is with baby chickens is that they will imprint on the first moving thing that they encounter and adopt it as their mother. Once these chicks had imprinted on the robot, they were removed from the room and the robot moved around randomly as normal. But when they were placed back in the room, the robot's movements were no longer random, and it spent over 200% more time around the chicks than anywhere else, which led the scientists to conclude in that study that the chick's imprint had a psychokinetic influence on the robot's movements. Since then, there have been hundreds of studies from the CIA to Princeton to try and see if human thought can affect the outcome of a random number generator, and time again, they've concluded that it does. Have you ever been listening?
How the fuck do we not know about this? Because this would be more widespread. It's just such a weird thing, right? Like, but at the same time, I just completely believe this supernatural thing that robots are not as immune to like intentions and spirituality as we think they are, you know, whatever we create, whatever randomness we allow to happen. Because life technically is not random, except I fucking hate Hearthstone randomness. I do have dice. Yeah, I do have dice. Let's roll fucking 16. From 1 to 30. I missed, because I'm a fucking loser.
That your profile says any pronouns. Yeah? What the heck does that mean? That means I don't care. You can use any pronouns for me that you want. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Well, what pronouns do you use for yourself? I, me, my, myself. No, I mean like, what pronouns should I use for you?
Using this introduction, you can feel like pronouns is more of a like, oh, I will spice myself up with pronouns so I can talk about weather and stuff and pronouns now. It's like, wow, how we slowly, you know, dive into the sexual part of life itself, whatever. It's just such a desperate and boring way to mask chat. It's so fucking weird.
You is fine. Don't be coy, you know what I mean. Uh-huh. What pronoun should I use when I'm talking about you? Oh, I'd rather you not.
This is a very interesting twist. Holy shit.
What? Yeah, don't talk about me. Well, that's an unreasonable request. People are going to talk about you. Yeah, I'm aware of that. So then how do you want them to refer to you? I just said I don't want people talking about me. But if they're going to defy my wishes and talk about me anyway, I don't really have any control over what they say about me, now do I? But what if they misgender you? Wouldn't you be upset? But I'm not a participant in that conversation. How would I even know? Oh, so you think it's okay to misgender people behind their back? I didn't say that. It's just not possible for you to misgender me. Because I don't care.
It's not... I mean, you don't want to talk behind anyone's back anyways.
I saw that your profile...
Besides, like, popular people, and popular people tend to not have pronouns. Funny enough. It doesn't quite fly. It's just fucking mental nonsense.
Imagine a vaccine so safe, you have to be threatened to take it. For a virus so deadly, you have to be tested to know you have it.
Yeah, this guy crafting, you know.
I'm leaving England and the United Kingdom, and this is why. Guys, look at the price of things. It's gone out of control. Like, I don't know where people think that this is a reality.
I just like it because this is supposed to be the reality. Like, someone has to fucking break and leave. You know, it's just that simple.
The prices around where I need to be living to see my kids are just, it's unaffordable. It's out of control. So there are 3 countries I'm looking at moving to because they are much, much cheaper, and I'm going to show you those and see maybe you might want to move there too. Like, I've looked all around England, anything affordable. Oh, look, like, here's one. Nope, that's a shed. You can't live in a shed. You can't do that. Oh, and here's one that's almost affordable. Remember, you got to add services and taxes and all that. And you have to live with someone that has a bunch of probably house rules. Yeah, that's just a room, a shared room. So you add all your taxes. Look, you're looking at $900 a month to share a house. So I was looking like, okay, what about Spain? Okay, that's more affordable. Instantly, like, boom. Okay, wow. And what kind of houses can you get? These are like real modern apartments with full kitchens and everything. So maybe that's an option.
This is still new, like remote jobs, like it's still very difficult to figure that shit out.
Looking at all over Spain, like, wow.
Everyone forgot about remote jobs because fucking you also apply remotely and you get a remote reply. I don't know, bro. If you can figure shit out like that, first you figure out a remote job, and then you talk about it. And then you can move.
Okay, so Spain, you're on top of the list right now. Because even getting, look, this is another one in the UK, even getting just a campsite, just, look, a place to put your tent with no accommodation supplied. That's the cheapest. This is on Booking. The next one, 1,300. That's not sustainable. Literally cannot afford this shit. Like, I don't know what's happened in the United Kingdom because the average wages can't even afford this kind of shit.
Yeah, so I don't know the numbers. A lot of people talk about this, but you know, it's just like some self-awareness. Running away from the situation, but this is also self-awareness. It's like it's still gonna be tough to find a goddamn job. Because obviously, that's how it works. You know, a cheaper place seems cheaper in relatively, but for a local person, not so much.
Nobody, no matter how big you are, can hold me in a headlock. I can get out no matter what.
You're very tiny. You're saying...
Well, she has a fire trick.
A lot of energy exerted. I know it's next to no energy exerted.
She's so confident, I'm a little bit nervous. Just do it.
Does that make you feel better?
Okay. All right. Here we go. And we gotta hear it.
Nobody.
Well, I guess that's a superpower.
Microsoft are ending support for Windows 10. Now, that might not seem like very interesting.
That might not seem like interesting news, but like he tells the story as if it's like super scary. And I haven't heard from anyone else, so I can't confirm anything of what's supposed to like happen. Because I have Windows 10 and I'm stuck with this shit. You know, a lot of systems cannot upgrade the Windows. So I honestly can't show any of this because it's just that.
You haven't considered the requirements that Windows 11 required in order.
Yeah, it has requirements. Shitting on a lot of systems, basically. I will upgrade my PC, but like, for fuck's sake, that is just messed up. Could send into a graveyard. I don't know. I don't know how to react to this, but it is something.
Sleeping in your car is better than sleeping in a tent. Number 1, blocks out the noise. Number 2, protects from the elements. Number 3, more comfortable. Number 4, blocks out the light. Number 5, remain incognito. Number 6, added security. Number 7, quick setup. Seven reasons why sleeping in your car is better.
Then there's no reason to go camping. There's no reason to do unreasonable things, by the way. Survival in nature that you will never need. The only survival in nature you might want to do is, you know, gardening or some bullshit like that.
1990, HTML is invented. 94, CSS invented to fix HTML. 95, JavaScript invented to fix HTML and CSS. 06, jQuery invented to fix JavaScript. 2010, AngularJS invented to fix.
Well, yeah, you build on top. This is the actual pyramids of actual improvement. If you can improve a game, then you made a better game of some kind, of whatever kind you like. You can choose from any type of games. The best thing to do is to invent something new and fill in the blank at the same time while you're fixing other people's problems that you saw through your experience. And very likely, whatever you're going to create is going to be better. Just like, God damn it, I took 100 lines to fix something that looked like just giant nonsense. You know, just to read alone would have taken me longer and understand how the code works. I'm just like, well, I know how the code works. I looked at it for so long. And I figured it out. Very, very quickly. So yeah, you're fixing shit, but you're also creating your own environment that you have full control over. And then you create whatever experience you want, and hopefully it's unique.
jQuery 2013.
And yes, it ends up with this.
jQuery is to fix React again. 2020.
With this. I don't even know web development. Most of this is like too messed up to me. I don't even like webs in general, websites in general. They seem somewhat slow sometimes. But they are loading a lot of data. And downloading data. So I don't know. It's weird.
So I got a call from a client to remove this European hornet colony, or Vespa crabro, from a maple tree that was right at the edge of his yard. So as you can see, this tree was pretty hollowed out.
Why the fuck did I like it? It's because of the squirrel in the end. So he vacuums everything up and there's larvae.
And that they need tended to. So whether or not that they have to let off some fluid, you know, by eliminating and then the workers will suck that up and take it out of the nest, or if they need to be fed, so they kind of move around and scrape the cell walls with their mandibles.
He's talking about the larvae. These things are moving, and apparently that means they're hungry or they need care. That will take care of them.
Making a mess of my porch, Chloe.
Do you understand why I have brought you here?
No, I don't.
Well, it's clear to me that you've got a forged passport.
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's a forgery, all right. Very good one, I'll grant you that. But there is one slight giveaway.
And what is that?
There is no such country as Liberia.
Yes, there is. It's in Africa.
Oh, in Africa, you say?
It's on a map. Look on a map.
All right. I will look on a map, yeah. I think I'm going to enjoy this. Right. Liberia, you say?
Yes.
Yes. All right. You got a new one, Chris?
Well, script flips.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to let you in this time, but I would advise you in future to travel with a large atlas or globe so you can prove to people you haven't made up your country. Good day.
This is disgraceful.
Right.
You are a very ignorant man.
All right.
I am disgusted by the way that I have been treated.
Okay.
May I leave now?
Yes.
So much fun, huh?
I hear them whispering about the...
One random country has
skip
been
that
rising
one.
the odds to win Eurovision 2024, and here's which country it is. So, every 7 years, a country that's never won Eurovision wins Eurovision. In 2005, it was Greece. 2011, it was Azerbaijan. In 2017, it was Portugal. And now in 2024, Lithuania has a solid chance, and there's 2 reasons why.
Yeah, because we're runner-ups now, apparently. Except it's 11th place. I mean, sure. We just need to send another Monica. I don't know, bro. I'm excited. But anytime they talk about Lithuania, I just get recommended the video, so I am living in a bubble now. I can't trust this video.
The world's greatest Christmas hack? What is... Okay, he just ruined his tree. And then he's gonna hammer his rake into...
Why the fuck did I like it?
Why is Atlanta an hour away from Atlanta?
You can never make a road wide enough to alleviate traffic. Scaling an inherently inefficient system makes a problem worse, not better. Like if you sold oranges, for example, and lost 10 cents for every orange you sold. Selling more oranges makes your problem worse. In the same way, when you add a lane to alleviate traffic, what you don't realize is that traffic reached a homeostasis. It got so bad that other people started changing their behavior to avoid that road. But as soon as you make that road wider, the people who stayed home will start driving on that road again until it reaches the same homeostasis. This is something known as induced demand. It also happens because when you make a road wide enough that it's convenient, you have a parking problem, but when you build out parking that's convenient, you have a traffic problem. Parking and extra lanes have this dysbiotic relationship, the opposite of symbiosis.
You can sense the bullshit simply because this guy is talking in somewhat even still complicated terms trying to explain this thing. What's your solutions, genius? Just waiting. Waiting is a pretty good solution. And public transport, of course. And what... the fucking houses that they built. It's unbelievable. Everything is so far away. You need a car to begin with to actually explore things. That's pretty problematic too. Yeah. I don't know what it's like to live in a city. I probably don't want to know, but this ain't it. This ain't lifestyle. And we all already like highlighted a video of an Asian man who, you know, you gotta respect Asians for being smart at least. Who's like, I can't even like take care of the garden. It's just so annoying, right? You have a garden, you have all sorts of things to take care of. You have to mow the grass. What the fuck? Live in a house, bro? In the apartment is just like calm and stuff. As long as fucking there's no demon children somewhere nearby, then otherwise your life is a nightmare and there's nothing you can do about it.
Actually don't care about money. They just have to know that you're competent enough to make it.
I never even needed a car simply because I'm a fucking programmer. If I want a card experience, I play a fucking racing game. What a big deal. If I really want it, then I make a racing game myself. Then I can do whatever I want and I can explore it in full capacity of like what feels good in a game that I'm making.
Money. And then they have to know that you're generous enough to share it with them. Because who wants to live with someone that's not competent and not generous? That's the whole point of why you think girls, oh, they only go for wealthy guys. No. They just want guys that are competent and able to figure it out. There's lots of ways to make money. There's infinite ways to make money. And if you're asking her to split the bill on a first date, it's over for you. Like, I'm sorry. There's nothing more important when you're picking your partner than knowing that they can make money and provide, and then also they're generous and caring, and they don't hold it over you or they don't care about it that much. They just do it because they want to have a good family and they want it.
Cool. I mean, it sounds correct. It's just like I don't really get to talk to anyone and interact with women. It's like whatever. Like the rules have to change for me to actually start playing the game, so to speak. But I'm playing the game on my own terms, and it's completely fine with me. I'm even shutting down their stupid game, because my game seems to be pretty fucking fun. And yes, that TikTok we skipped, it's part of that category, you know?
Okay.
But the explaining, like, do women care about money? Like, everyone cares about being happy and taken care of course, and feeling safe and whatnot. There's a lot of other resources to take care of. But, you know, women also go to shopping. This is where things get really fucking ugly, I would say. And this is where you don't want to, like, listen. I'm just a man trying to explain the whole situation, because there's plenty of women who could do the same thing. And if you're talking about dating, 20% of the time a woman has to speak up, you know? Like, you can't be a fucking Chad man and have 100% of the channel just explaining the red pill male nonsense. There has to be a woman in the background somewhere doing something, helping us understand 10 times quicker, basically. Or solidify the knowledge, or just thumbs up to confirm that, yeah, you went the right direction, Mr. Chad. So that's the biggest problem with these men talking about women and stuff. Even though it might seem like, yeah, but I am missing females in the equation, and you kind of just want to see more of a like dynamic representation of things, and then you can react fairly consistently with the audience, you know.
Okay.
What Wi-Fi,
so
bro?
searching for even the simplest.
I kind of want to skip this guy, to be honest.
I ended up figuring out that the casinos cheat. They cheat in ways that most people are unaware of, and I reversed their cheats, and I became one of Vegas's biggest winners of all time.
How long did that go on?
It took 3 years of gambling, specifically in Las Vegas, before I got banned from 95% of the casinos in the world.
How did they ban you?
It came in all different ways. Some of them made up crazy stories.
Fucking Baccarat. I don't know, bro. This is Lithuanian. You want to just... Do we got a bonus meme at least? Yeah, this is pretty good bonus meme. This is the only part you're gonna see, but this fucking cuts deep.
Right, so if you don't know me, I'm homeless. I live in the street, right? And I'm
This says roadhead closed, but the road doesn't appear to be closed, and I'm going to nick it. I'm going to take this and put it next to me where I live homeless, and I don't care if the cops get me. I've already undone this bit. That's coming with me. Look, I've got it. Right, and if the cops nick me, I don't care, because I'm homeless, and it'll give me a warm cell room for the night. So yeah, here we go. Going across the bridge with this sign.
Man, so many things you can do while you're homeless, apparently. But yeah, people are complaining that this guy has a phone and internet. Well, cool, but it applies generally and technically. It's kind of normal to some extent.
Yep, have a nice day.
Also, you can just click the profile and figure shit out. At very least, he is a very good role player. I'll tell you that much. This sort of stuff is actually super fascinating to me. You can find all kinds of people. Like, all kinds of people. This is not YouTube, bro. This is a whole nother level of digging into people's lives and allowing them to expose themselves. It's really, really cool. So I hope you enjoyed the ride. This is where we're going to stop. See you guys next time. Also, you know, the road ahead is closed, so you probably have to switch to a different video if you want to keep watching things. Unfortunately, you know.